Hi everybody, it's Norma here, getting ready to start our Friday morning slow flow. It is a beautiful morning here in Caledonia. I've just started some holidays, so popping in to join you today and lead you in your practice. Hey Cheryl. Good morning. So we're just going to get started in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to be beginning in a seated position today. So if you want to join me there, you can get started comfortable in your seat. If you prefer to practice, start your practice in Shavasana, absolutely you can lay down and get comfy on your mat. So this is an all levels practice. I am going to introduce a new pose that we haven't done yet, bow pose, towards the end of class, but again I'm going to make some modifications. So it's your level practice. Remember, you need to honor your body, and maybe a pose that you usually have enjoy and want to practice. Maybe it doesn't fit well on your body today, so listen for the cues and any alterations. And also, it's Friday morning, and if you just want to lay on your mat and just enjoy this 30 minutes in Shavasana, that you go for it. So we'll just wait for others to enjoy. The other thing to remember is that keep hydrated. If you have water available, that's great. Take sips of water. I do have a coffee with me this morning, and it's a beautiful sunny morning. I think we're going to have a beautiful day, and let's just use these next 30 minutes to start our weekend off. Alrighty, we have about a minute out. I'm just going to turn my volume up. It just occurred to me that I had my volume down a little bit. I had to do some adjusting this morning because my tablet wasn't behaving for me. So hopefully you can hear me okay. And let's get settled and begin. So once again, welcome to your Friday morning practice. I'm going to be beginning in a seated position today. So you can choose Yogi's choice, beginning in a sitting position or in your Shavasana. Let's begin to arrive. So wherever pose that you have chosen to start here today, may you land here. Can you take the first few breaths to settle? Do any adjustments that you need to do. I'm sitting on a pillow this morning. If you are sitting flat on your mat, just doing any adjustments so that your sit bones are flat on the mat. And begin to observe your breath once you've wiggled into that position. That feels absolutely awesome for you this morning. So letting your breath allow you to land here. Allowing your breath to allow your shoulders to soften away from your ears. You unclench your jaw, let the tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Maybe even smile, letting the corners of your mouth turn up. And invite a breath that enters your nose and exits through your nose. Maybe imagine that breath traveling in through your nose, filling up your chest and your belly, and then letting it exhale, traveling back out through your nose. And knowing that if anything comes up as we practice this morning, you can inhale and exhale, sigh, let it all go. Let's do that just to settle. Inhaling together, exhale, let it all go. you're in a Shavasana, can you stretch your arms overhead? In your seat, you can do that as well. Just reaching out long and doing any movement that your body may be craving here, or maybe rotating your ankles or your toes if you're seated. And take your time to travel into our tabletop position. My dog was comfortable on my yoga mat before I started the session, so I'm just clearing out a few treats that she's left here for me. Alrighty, so in our tabletop position, making sure that our shoulders are stacked on top of our elbows, on top of our wrists, and just turning the inner aspect of our elbows out. Toes can be flat or toes can be tucked. And we're just going to travel through some cat-cow, so letting your belly sag, lifting your gaze, stretching your tail long behind you, cow, and exhaling, curling your belly button to spine, in your cat posture. And travel through that 2 more times with your own breath, making breath with movement, and once again offering any extra movement that serves you this morning. Sometimes I like to just roll my neck and shoulders at the top of the cat position. And when you're ready, coming back to a neutral spine. So if your toes were tucked, you can put them flat on the mat now. We're going to inhale our arm up, our right arm up, and we're going to slide it through the eye of our arm as we come down to the mat, kind of like we're in a puppy position, and threading this right arm through, gently lowering your head to the mat, just having a stretch in our shoulder here, letting that left hand remain by your head, giving your support. We don't want to hurt your neck here. So sending some breath. Feeling that nice stretch in your right arm and your shoulder. Beautiful, guys. Unthreading the needle, letting your right hand come back, and just travel through one cat-cow just to reset your spine. Beautiful. So second side. You know where we're going now. Inhaling your arm up, and then taking this left hand, threading it through the window of your arm, coming down, letting your head rest on the mat. Right hand now supporting by your head, feeling that nice stretch in your shoulder. Sending breath. Two more breaths. Beautiful, guys. Gently coming up and threading your needle. And one more time, cat, cow, just to reset your spine. Beautiful, guys. So we thread the needle with our arm to start, and we're going to thread the needle with our legs at the end of practice. Full circle. So taking your hands just a little bit forward, tucking your toes now, bending generously into your knees as you lift your hips up and back to our first downward facing dog. So bending generously into your right knee, can you slowly offer your left heel down towards the mat? And switching, stretching our right ankle down now, our right heel down as we bend generously into our left knee. And knowing that your heel may never touch the ground, and that's okay. Our goal here is to lengthen, and if it never touches the mat, that's okay. Honor your body, your practice. One more time, each side, bending generously into the right knee now. Feeling that nice stretch into your left leg. And switch. Left knee bends generously. Still pouring our heart through the windows of our eyes, not losing that posture, bit of our posture in our downward dog. And coming back to center. Can we inhale together? Exhale, sigh, let it all go. And just taking this moment before we start moving a little bit quicker in our practice, how are you feeling this Friday morning? Taking a little scans and offering breath into any area that may be asking for some attention. And that's okay, just awareness, no judgment. Beautiful, guys. Bending your knee, looking to the top of your mat and traveling there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise and shine all the way up, sweeping up to stand as your hands come to heart center. And we're just going to take a moment in our Tadasana pose just to feel grounded here this morning, just like we set up for our cat-cow. So feeling that connection with Mama Earth or mat, wherever you're practicing. Feeling strong in your legs, your foundation. And once again, observing, are your shoulders falling away from your ears? Beautiful. Inhaling, exhaling, sit back in your chair. So in your chair pose, you want to make sure that you can still see the toes of your feet. You're sending your tail long back behind you. Hands can be in prayer, or hands can be extended, and maybe your gaze follows. So think about stretching long out of your shoulder socket. Maybe even imagine that you're holding on to this big beach ball and you're posing. You're just wanting to make sure that you don't drop that ball. Beautiful, guys. Bringing hands back to heart center, folding in. Exhale, flat back. Forward fold, step back into your plank. So honoring your body for our first vinyasa this morning. So high or low plank. I'm going to come down to my knees to start. Making sure your arms are hugging into your sides as you come down. Taking hands off your mat. Fingers are on tented fingertips. At the outer corners of your mat. Keeping your gaze low. Can you inhale? Just into a baby cobra. Exhale. Come back down. Do this again. Inhaling. Exhale. One more time. Inhaling. Maybe getting a little bit higher, but not forcing anything. Exhaling. Plant your hands back under your shoulders. Tucking your toes. Traveling through table or right to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths to reset. Beautiful, guys. Taking your right leg up behind you. Can you step your right leg all the way to the top of your mat? Taking your left foot, taking it up to a 45, rising up into Warrior One. So Warrior One is a closed hip posture. You want your hips facing forward. Your heel is on the mat in both your right and your left legs. Hips forward and lengthening one long line from your tip of your fingers to the base of your toes. Beautiful, guys. Exhaling, plant your hands, step back, and rinse it out with a vinyasa. Once again, honoring your body wherever you are. High or low plank. Maybe coming up into a little higher cobra now as we're warming up. Tucking your toes and being in downward facing dog. Three breaths here. Time taking your left leg up behind you, looking forward, stepping your left leg to the top of your mat. And we're going now, right foot comes up on a 45, coming up into Warrior One. So once again, Are you bending into your left knee? Is your right leg on a 45 with heel on the mat? If you're feeling a little wobbly in your balance here, always able to step that right foot out a little bit further to give you some more stability in your pose. So hands at heart center, hips are forward, or breathing your hands up. This time maybe your gaze follows. Just in a little tiny back bend here. We're building into, warming things up to build up to our bow pose later in the class. Beautiful, guys. Taking our hands down. Left foot meets right. And rinse it out once again with your vinyasa. I'm coming up a little bit higher now into an upward dog variation. But once again, honor your practice wherever you are. Beautiful, guys. Looking ahead, bending your knees generously. Can you walk to the top of your mat, or step, or jump there? Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, coming back into your chair. Letting our hands come down and breathing up to stand back in our mountain pose. Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. Beautiful, guys. So we're a little bit more warmed up now. So I'm going to turn so I can face you. I'm just going to check in to see how everybody's doing. Hey, Lynn, good morning. All right. So in that mountain pose, or Tadasana, our feet can be hip distance apart or shoulder distance apart. Hands can be by your side. And we're going to just challenge our balance a little bit here. So taking your right foot like a kickstand, can you take it to the inner aspect of your calf? Tree pose. So you can use your foot as a kickstand here. Hips are forward. Maybe you take your foot into the inner aspect of your calf. And maybe it's in your practice to take your foot and place it to the upper aspect of your upper thigh. Making sure that you never cover your knee with your toes, your foot, sorry. And hand expression can be your choice, either heart center, or maybe you want to grow branches on your tree today. And maybe it's a little windy and you want to challenge your balance a little bit more. Beautiful, guys. Taking hands back to heart center, taking right knee forward, stepping down, and just shaking your legs off, shaking your arms off. And we'll go second side. And once again, just awareness, one side could be completely different than the other, and that's okay. Taking your left foot now as a kickstand, maybe starting with your hand on your hips. Hips are like headlights facing forward. And where's your expression on your second side? Are you taking your foot up into your calf, or maybe you're helping it up into your inner aspect of your thigh? Once again, making sure that we're not covering our knee. And how are you feeling on your right foot balance this morning? And if everything's feeling good and you want to challenge yourself even more and you feel comfortable, maybe even just closing your eyes, even if it's just for a second. That's the one that always gets me off balance. Beautiful, guys. Always just trying to grow just a little bit. Changing things up. Sorry if I laugh and put you guys off. So hands back to heart center, knee closes up like a book, and shaking that off. Inhaling to all the way up. Can you take your, I'm going to go to my side so you can see me. Can you clasp your hands, letting your fingertips come all the way up? Inhaling, lengthening out of your spine. Can you exhale, leaning over to the right? Maybe your gaze comes up over under your left arm, feeling that nice stretch in your left side. And maybe once again, we want to challenge our balance, lifting our left foot off the ground. Are you still breathing here with me? Beautiful. Taking left foot down, coming back to center, neutralizing the spine, shake it all out. So never take a posture that it impacts your breath, because truly that's why we're here, is to breathe. And don't muscle through anything in yoga. Let it come, let it be. Inhaling back up, clasping your hands in a different position now. Inhaling with your fingertips long, and exhaling over to the left. So nothing changes in your lower body until you choose to maybe lift that right leg off. So our hips are still facing forward. Feeling that nice breath into the right side of our body now. And if you want to challenge it, just shifting your weight over to your left foot as we gently take our right foot up. Beautiful, guys. Going back to center. Letting everything go, shaking it all off. Inhaling together. Exhaling, bringing that back into your heart. Do this again, inhaling. This time bowing over your soft knees. Inhaling, flat back. And exhale, rinse it out with your last vinyasa. Beautiful work, guys. So we're going to come down into a child's pose for about 5 breaths. So travel there. Take a drink of water. I'm having my coffee. Two more breaths wherever you are. When you're ready, we're going to come down to our bellies, and we're going to just settle here into Sphinx pose just for 3 breaths, just to get settled and to let anybody that may be still in child's pose to catch up. So in our Sphinx pose, our elbows are stacked on top of our shoulders, our hands are long on the mat, and we're not forcing anything here in our backs. This is a great pose to strengthen your back. So again, thinking about stretching your legs and your tail out long and softening here. Letting our arms come down with our hands to our shoulders, forward to the mat. Once again, legs stretching long out behind you. We're going to go into locust pose. So just like we started our Sun Salutation B series, here we're going to just, our arms are going to be free this time. We're going to try to lift our arms up. So with your next inhale, can you breathe your forehead and your arms up? Hands can be by your side, or maybe they can extend long behind you. And exhaling, letting that go. One more time, inhaling, taking chest and shoulders off your mat, and maybe this time your airplane long, and maybe your feet come up to join you. Very important not to hold your breath here. Nice core exercise, strengthening long. Exhaling, let it all go. Beautiful, guys. Can you take your right ear to the mat? Taking your gaze over your left shoulder. Coming back to center. This time letting your left ear come to the mat, looking over your right shoulder. And coming back to center. So can we come up on our arms much like we were in Sphinx pose? So taking our left arm and taking it across the top of your mat. Taking your right hand and just settling it there. So like we were in Sphinx pose, we're going to prepare for half bow. So taking your right leg behind you, making sure your foot is flexed. Can you reach for your right foot and gently bring your right foot towards the front of your mat? And if your right foot is not accessible, that's okay. Just take your arm there. We'll get there someday. Promise you that the first time that I did this pose, my foot was nowhere near my fingers. Always an option to use a strap here, but unfortunately I don't think that we have straps everybody in their home. So feeling that nice stretch in the right front of your leg. Gently letting that go. Letting right hand come down, back to center. Second side. This time taking your right hand long across your mat. Left hand stays here to prepare. Bending our left foot now. Foot is flexed. Can you reach for your ankle or your foot or your pant leg or the air, whatever is accessible here. Gently bringing your left heel towards your buttocks here now. And sending breath now into the left side of your front to your calf, or your upper leg. Beautiful, guys. Gently letting that go. Don't fling your leg. Taking left foot down. Coming down to the mat. And just windshield wipering your hips from side to side to reset. And we're going to turn ourselves all the way over onto our backs. Taking our right foot, crossing over our left knee like the number 4. You can stay here, or like we thread the needle through our arms at the start of class, can you thread the needle offering your legs, your arms through the window of your legs, feet are flexed. Feeling a nice stretch in the hip now. Or that Serafina, there must be a cat on the front grass. Beautiful, guys. Letting left foot come down, right foot meets it, and just windshield wiping your legs from side to side once again to reset. Taking left heel now over right knee, figure 4 here. If you want to get deeper in that stretch, threading through the window of your eyes, the window of your legs. Feet are flexed. And sending breath into any area that may be calling for intention. I have tight hips, so these are always the poses that my body says, hello. So maybe if you're feeling that, is there any way that you can soften here? And also, if it's too intense, you can always come back to figure 4, even just on your tippy toes. Beautiful, guys. Uncrossing your knees. Feet come down, and just windshield wiper from side to side once again before taking knees into chest. One more pose before our Shavasana. Can we take our feet up, hands can be beside our side, and just pump our feet right to left, just like we started at the beginning in our first downward facing dog. Now pedaling our feet, allowing anything that might have pooled in our extremities to return it back and get flushed away. Shaking your legs off. And bring your knees back in. Maybe coming up into a little hug before lowering your chest down, extending yourself out long, letting your hands come to your sides, and settling into your Shavasana. Can we inhale together? Exhale, sigh, let it all go. Enjoy this last few minutes of rest and relaxation, and know when the time is right, the sound of my voice will bring you back. Enjoy. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way. Slowly starting to wake yourself back up, inviting small movements into your body, allowing light to enter back into your eyes. Maybe turning your head to the right and the left, massaging out the back of your skull before transitioning up into a seat where we'll meet. Bringing hands to heart center, feeling that connection with your thumb to your sternum, knowing that your heart is right there underneath it. Gaze can be lowered or eyes can be closed. Just this moment, traveling inward. Noticing any changes that our practice may have brought to your body, your heart, or your mind. It has been my honor to lead you in your practice this morning. Know that the love and the light in my heart bows to the love and the light in your heart. Namaste. Have good days, guys. I hope you enjoyed your practice, and thank you for trying something new today. Just introducing some new poses as we continue our practice. So I am on holidays now, and I've decided that we are going to do some day trips, so I won't be joining you for the next 2 Fridays, so Lindsay will update the schedule. But know that these classes are all online, and I hope that you continue to do something that brings joy to you, and you can maybe return to your yoga mat, and I will see you once again the week after Labor Day. Can you believe it's Labor Day, guys? Where did everything go? But that's okay. We will see each other again. Namaste.